In the previous video, we have created Bootstrap UI with forms, tables, and glyph icons. In this video, we are going to cover some cool UI components of Bootstrap such as Carousel, sliders, Accordion, and tabs. We will add these components to our existing application, which we have created in our previous videos. Bootstrap includes a handy plugin and component for cycling through slider images like a carousel. Sliders can be a great way to feature important content on your website. I will show you exactly how you can add a carousel to your website. It simply requires some HTML markup and a couple lines of JavaScript if you want to adjust the setting using that method. The main class components are carousel indicators, carousel inner items, and carousel caption. Let's build carousel slider. For this, we need this HTML markup. Carousel slider will have slider items inside carousel inner. Here, carousel inner will have a number of items which needs to be shown on sliders. And accordingly, we need carousel indicators to show the number of slides. Let's see the view on our browser. We can also set some content for each slider using carousel caption, and we can increase the number of items by adding that in carousel inner. Here, for each item, we have added an image which is shown on the slider. These are different items inside carousel inner, and we can have a number of items. This is what carousel slider looks like. Here we have different images on the slider. Let's create a Bootstrap panel and Accordion panel with nav tabs. We need these basic classes to implement these layouts. These are the classes that are required for panel, Accordion, and tabs. We need panel default classes. For button, we have button primary, button large, and for tabs, we have nav classes. For each tab, we can customize the implementation of these UI components. Let's talk about panel and panel Accordion. Panel has three classes: panel heading, panel body, and panel footer. This is the UI of Bootstrap panel, and it is going to have all these different classes. Panel body. You can write content inside the panel body. This is panel heading, and this is panel footer. Let's see it in action. So inside that, we have panel header. Let me just show you. This is panel heading. So this is my panel primary. This is the panel heading, which is the heading of the panel, and inside that, I have the panel body. This is when you are collapsing it. I will show this in the panel. Let's create Accordion, which is just a group of panels placed together with each other. When you are combining panels together, you are actually creating an accordion. This is how panel works. When you click on this, it is toggling. Panel collapse, and panel expand and collapse. Accordion is nothing but a combination of different panels. We are using Accordion widely in our application. Let's see that in code how we are creating it. Let's see this code in a browser. Accordion widgets and menus are widely used on websites to manage their large amount of content and navigation lists. Let's walk through the code. The Bootstrap Collapse plugin basically requires the two elements to work properly. The controller element, such as a button, or hyperlink by clicking on what you want to collapse the other element, and the collapsible element itself. Like this, when we are clicking on this, we are collapsing and expanding the accordion. Let's check out the code. Here in the code, we are providing href link to this panel header. When you click on this header, it will target the target node and will expand it. Here, data toggle attribute is added with href link on the controller element, and after the action on the controller is expanding and collapsing the target node, only the ID and href should have the same values defined in it, so that controller can expand the target node. Tab-based navigations provide an easy and powerful mechanism to handle a huge amount of content within a small area through separating content into different panels where each pane is viewable one at a time. Let's create tabs layout. Here, Section A and Section B are tabs, and they are getting activated when you click on the tabs, and you can see different content in them. You can activate a tab component, specify the data toggle equals tab on each tab, as well as create a .tab pane with unique ID for every tab and wrap them in .tab content. This markup is showing the same. We can see how it looks. We have two sections, Section A and Section B, in list tags. Here we have data toggle and href link property. So when we click on tab, it is looking for the same ID in tab content and activating that tab. Like Section B is having the same ID on its tab content division. You can see the layout on our browser window. Here we are using a lot of different components. First, its accordion group of panels. Then, inside the body of the first panel, we are putting tabs and activating and deactivating tabs based on clicking on it. In the next video, we're going to learn how to create a demo application structure using Bootstrap component and styles.